All right, everyone. So we're going to get started here. Chapter 6, Part 1. And this is where we're going to get into a little bit more of the detail of breaking down the different features of trading software. I've given you a good foundation so far in understanding different financial instruments, as we were talking about in Chapter 2. We've talked a little bit about different account types, cash, margin. We got into some fundamental analysis in Chapter 4. In Chapter 5, we broke down technical analysis. One of the goals is that by the end of this class, you have a full understanding of how to use trading software. So the sort of first thing that we're going to cover here, which we haven't already gotten into, is reading your account information and balances. Now, this is going to be different across different platforms. So same as yesterday, I'm going to go full screen here, and I will show you a couple different platforms. So there is my profit today, which is crazy. Another green day, so $27,000 right there. I did not trade in my Ameritrade account today, which is probably no surprise to you guys, but I will move this over here. So I will show you where to find the account information in Ameritrade, and I'll also show you in the simulator. Let's see, the Sterling simulator. All right, so those are the three platforms that we are going to be reviewing. And again, if you use a different platform, you use E-Trade or you use Charles Schwab or something else, it's usually fairly straightforward, but I'm just going to kind of walk you through how to read it. So reading your account info window and understanding your buying power versus cash balance when you have a leveraged account, and then reading your realized and unrealized profit loss. All right, so that is the topic here for this class. So why don't we start? Well, we'll start with TD Ameritrade, since that was the one that was requested first last class when we were reviewing how to set up charts. So when you open TD Ameritrade, this window you don't have. By default, when you open it, you log in, and it usually looks something like this, which actually is giving you your account information window, essentially. And I'm going to I have this on private right now, so you can't, all of this is blurred out, but I'll just show it to you. So, all right, so we're going to open this up. So this is from my, I think this is from one of my small account challenges. I don't remember which one, but in any case, so the balance is $25,127. I think this is the one that I was, this is a margin account, and I have a different one that's a cash account, and this one I was going to do, and then I never ended up doing it. So the account's just sitting here, basically haven't used it. So here is my total P&L to date. Year to date is 0. I haven't made any money in this account year to date. My available dollars are 2,501. Now this account has settlement margin, but it's below PDT. So I could trade 3 times in one day. Remember, as per what we talked about in Chapter 3, but you are restricted by that PDT level. So right here, I can see my available dollars. Now, if I took a trade in this account, and maybe just because it's costs nothing in commissions, I'll just do a trade on the S&P. I'll just do 1 share. What the heck? I'll do 1 share. So let's see. 1 share is gonna be 200. I'll just do 10 shares. So actually, here's the problem. Well, I'll do it anyways. So I'm just gonna buy. I'm gonna buy with a market order 10 shares. All right, it's going to come down here and it's going to say, this is the cost of the trade. Oh, so the cost actually, right, of 10 shares is $3,000. Now, I am not sure if this account has 2 times margin, so let's find out. It accepted the trade. All right, so now if we look here, you can see that I have a 10 share position in the S&P 500. 10 shares is $3,000, and it's affected my buying power. And my actual cash is negative, but that's because I'm using leverage. So I still have $1,500 in available because I have up to $5,000 in leverage. So in this account right now, if I actually took 3 trades a week, I could take 3 trades at $5,000 because I'd be using 2 times leverage. I'm only getting 2 times leverage. And I think Sam's correct. Anything above 2,500, you get 2 times leverage. Anything above 25,000, you get 4 times leverage. So I've got 2 times leverage right now, giving me $5,000, which means I could trade $15,000 a week, basically. So this is showing me and we won't get into we'll get into this in a second when we're reading our open positions window, but really from the account standpoint, what I wanted to show you is your total balance, which is changing based on the value of the position you're holding, and then the resulting effect in your buying power. So I only have another $1,500 left in buying power. Now I can click on the SPY, I can right click this, I can create a closing order, and I can just say sell right here. So it looks like I'm down about 20 cents. It's gonna pop up the order. I'm gonna do this, I'll just say as a limit order right there. And now if I go over here, it's showing it as a working order, and it just executed, and I took a 40-cent loss. How many day trades do I have left? I have 2, right? This is actually showing me how many day trades I have left based on the 3-trade PDT rule. So my cash is now restored back to 2,500. It's settled immediately, but I only have 2 trades left. All right, so that was a good example of using of how that affects the buying power. Now let me give you, just for the heck of it, why not, another example. I'm going to log into my other TD Ameritrade account here. And let's see, what's the username? I'm not sure if this is the right username. Let's try it. So I'm logging out of my margin account and I'm logging into my cash account. With TD Ameritrade, you can have one cash account, you can have one margin account, and you can have as many retirement accounts as you need for your strategy. All right, so let's look at the available profit. So I've got $3,830 in this account right now. So this was from the small account challenge that I started. So let's go back to the S&P 500. Now this is a cash account. All right, so if I buy 10 shares, I can actually afford to buy 10 shares right now. I'm going to buy market, 10 shares of the S&P. And the resulting effect is that I'm going to only have $715 left of buying power. It's the position minus my current balance. So now, look, I've only got $715 left. This is showing me my P&L, which is actually looking good. And I'm going to just click Join the Ask. Why not? It looks like I'm up almost $1. Oop, not quite. So it's coming back down. We'll see if it gets me out for $1. I'm in this at 311.49, and it looks like it popped up there for a second. If we go over to the monitor window, this is where it shows, and it looks like it sold right there for 90 cents of profit. But the problem is now I have to wait 2 days for that trade to settle. I've only got $715 left in my account in terms of money that I can trade with. So if I want to do this again, buy market, what's going to happen? It's going to say, denied. It's going to deny it because I'm out of buying power. I don't know why it's not saying, I was expecting it to actually make a noise, but I might have turned the audio alerts off. So resulting effect, it's going to say, it's just going to, I guess it's just automatically rejecting it. It's not even giving me a message. It's just saying, don't be an idiot. Oh, it's rejected right there. Okay. So this is showing me my, my total profit in the account, which includes the 90 cents I just made, cha-ching, and it's showing me the available funds for day trading. All right, so my buying power is 715. If we log back into the other one, the buying power, I would think, would have been 5,000. I don't recall looking at that, so let's just log back there and take a peek at it. It's kind of a pain that you have to log out and log back in, unlike in Lightspeed where I can just tab by pressing one button. It's much, much faster. I mean, it makes it so you can actively trade into accounts at the same time if you want to. Not that that's really necessarily recommended for a beginner trader, but you could. Okay, so I'm waiting for this to come back up. I logged out, logged back in. So yeah, so that's kind of interesting that it shows my buying power is only 2,500. Oh, so that's my stock buying power. Why do I even care about that? Just show me my option buying power. Option buying power. I want to see the stock buying power. So I wonder if I can customize the gadget, and then let's look for stock. All right, it should have been on their default. I'm gonna move this up, and obviously I don't care about that. I don't care about this. So that's actually more buying power than I would expect. What is that based on? $8,336. That's not times 4, unless that's a really strange. I'm not sure what. I'm honestly confused about where that number is coming from. Let me just try now, out of curiosity, under active trader to take a. So if I wanted to take 200, let's see, 200 shares or 20 shares, that would be 3,000. So that'd be $6,000. So this would be $9,000. So let's just try to do this for 6,000. And this is an annoying thing because I can't actually type the price, but I'll just try to. I don't want to. Well, it's fine. It's fine. So, yeah, it's actually giving me that buying power. It's interesting. At most, it would be 4 times leverage, but I wouldn't have expected 4 times leverage with an account this small. And maybe, and it's not. It doesn't take away, because this is a this is a margin account, so it doesn't. It's available right away. So it might be. I mean, I don't know why it would be giving me. If it was going to give me 4 times, it would say 10,000. So I'm not really sure. Let's try taking let's just try taking another trade and see what happens. So I'm going to be back in this here, and so I'm back in with 20 shares and my cost basis. So I'm going to turn on the active trader here. Well, actually, I've got to move this down. There we go. So now I can see my cost basis. So I'm in this at 44. So it looks like I might lose a couple bucks on this, but that's fine. So we'll see right now, my stock buying power is right there. Low of this last pullback was 11. So I could just click sell market and let's see what happens. Click sell market. So that's, yeah, I don't know. I'm not really sure. There's obviously some weird calculation, but in any case, it doesn't make a huge difference. So you can find out when you log in and see if you can do the math on where they're getting that number from. But now let's look at reading your account balance over in Lightspeed. So Lightspeed, you can choose to put your balance up in the top. So up here, you can choose to add your spider. You can choose to add your buying power that's in use. You can add your total buying power right here, and you can add your equity, which might be the value of your current position. So you can add all of that right up here, and then you'll see the value of your account, you'll see your buying power, and you'll see your available buying power as you're taking trades. So that allows you to see that right there. Now, I don't like to look at that every day, because then I start again doing that kind of that game of, how much have I made, and how much is my account up in the last 2 days, and then if it starts to pull back, I'm trying to get back to that number. But you could have it up there if you wanted to. Over in the simulator, it's kind of similar in the sense that it's not default up in this area. You'd actually have to open this window called account values. And in the simulator, it's not helpful because we reset your account value to $200,000 every day. So it's reset every day, and your profits, for those of you guys that are trading, at least in this simulator, and if you trade with a simulator that is through CMEG, they may have different things that they do, but I think on the simulator that was set up by Sterling here, they put it at 200,000. So that's going to be your balance each day, and it just will reset each day, which is the same as the way Dash Trader is. Each day you come in, and it's reset at the same amount. Whereas if you paper trade in like TD Ameritrade, you would actually be able to see your account growing. It tracks the account growth, the profit you made in the previous day, rolls into the next day, et cetera, et cetera. All right, so that's Sterling, which is the software that's used at Centerpoint, Lightspeed, and CMEG. I'm not going to do Dash Trader because I don't have that installed on my system. And because some of the information on Lightspeed is limited to really log in and see what your account balance is and what your commissions are, you actually have to log into lightspeed.com, and at the end of each day, they will have a report that shows you your P&L. So I can pull this up on another page. I just have to make sure my account number is not front and center. Let's see, it's loading slowly. I don't know what's going on there. All right, well, anyways, so, oh, there it goes. All right, so daily PL. Logged me right back out. Yeah, whatever. I'm probably gonna have to, I don't know. I'm having an issue getting logged in, so that's fine. In any case, on a daily basis when I'm trading, I really have never been in the habit of looking super closely at my account balance or at how much buying power I have left. When I'm taking trades, I'm really focused, on the trade, my positions window, and I just know that obviously based on my account size and margin that there's a limit to how many shares I can take based on that. And some stocks, which we'll talk about when we're looking at level 2, you can use that buying power on. Like right now, obviously, TD Ameritrade allowed me to use my buying power on the S&P 500, but on a stock like GNUS here, this one, I don't know that they would let me use that margin on. And usually you have to send a test order to figure out what it is. I don't recall whether or not they actually display in any particular spot whether or not the stock is marginable. So that can be an issue. A lot of times penny stocks, like literally stocks between 50 cents and $1, are not marginable. So you don't have margin on them, which means you can only trade with your cash balance. So for that reason, it is helpful to know, I suppose, what your cash balance is every day. In this case, $2,500 But if it's not something you need to be looking at every day, I would kind of discourage you from looking at it, because I want you to trade for the sake of taking really good quality trades, knowing that profit will follow. Even if I'm only trading with 1 share or 20 shares, as long as I'm trading the strategy, the profits will follow. So when you're focusing on chasing numbers, that's when you often get yourself into trouble. So try to avoid getting into that habit. And so that's the reason that I don't look at my total account value every day, and I also don't look at my P&L while I'm trading. I have this over here. So I'm looking at the stock, the position, and the price that I'm in at. So if I take a trade on ZVZZT, that's what I'm seeing, right? I'm seeing, I usually don't have it this big. I do this for my recap. So I go to display, and then I'll bring this back down to, I think it's 10 or something. Yeah, so I have it, a little bit more like that. So I can see the name of the stock, the position, the price, and I'll show my open P&L so I know if I've got some good profit on it, and that will tell me that I should take some profit off the table and sell. Okay, so chapter 6 is fairly short. That was the extent of chapter 6, and now we're going to get into chapter 7. This is what we just did. We're going to get into chapter 7, which is learning how to use the order entry window, which is this right here. And I will show you that again on 3 platforms: Lightspeed, TD Ameritrade, and the Sterling trading software. All right, so let's get into chapter 7.